It's good to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the new improved version of the A363MTR Commentates series. A series where I take a look at someone's video and I try to give them my perspective towards the matter. I will either debunk their points or give them constructive criticism to the actual creator. I will be your host for today's show, A363MTR, here to kick some ass because I got your back. And we got ourselves a video to cover, so let's get started.
Damn, you a cutie, girl. I'm a 37-year-old male.
So, traps. Not unlike bear traps or deer traps or any other kind of animal traps, but people's sexy traps. Traps in general are someone who dresses up and looks like the opposite gender, goes out into public places like bars, clubs, etc., finds a person of their same sex and lures him or her into their apartment, and then finally reveals that they were born the other way and have sex with the confused person. I think when it comes towards the sex part, I don't know if they ever really have any sex. It's not to be confused as a crossdresser who, well, although that they also dress up as the opposite sex, doesn't lure people into their bedrooms and save their private parts until later. And even if they do lure them in, it's usually revealed that they're either a boy or a girl before they head over into the apartment. If the other person does go to the apartment, that is. It's mostly common in anime where they depicted them as such, especially towards hentai, and it spawned into a satirical debate about whether or not if traps are gay. For the purpose for today's commentary, I'll only be talking about male traps as that's the most common ones out there. But do keep in mind that there might be some traps out there who are born as a female. The issue with traps, however, is that it actually harms the LGBT community more than many other people let on. It might hurt the lesbians, gays, and bisexuals out there simply because someone who might think that all gay/lesbian/bisexual people are liars/deceiving people. And we kinda don't need that anymore. Whereas transgender people are hurt the most from traps. According to Bristle on a blog post from Too Many Words, yes, I know it's not the best in source, but I'm going to be quoting word to word, so please hear me out and support them in one way, shape, or form. One of the pervasive and harmful stereotypes against trans people is that they're deceiving people by presenting as a gender besides what they were assigned at birth. And not just harmful in a self-esteem sense, harmful in the sense that many trans people have been on the receiving end of violence at hands of people who believe they have been tricked. This violence in many unfortunate situations have resulted in the deaths of trans people and is occurring at a continuously increasing rate. The fact that a term like trap fundamentally refers to being tricked in this usage makes it extremely concerning. They even showed some actual evidence by liking an article from the Human Rights Campaign showing off that the number of transgender people being killed rose up from 5 extra people, from 23 deaths in 2016 to 28 deaths in 2017. P.S. This whole info about how traps harms the LGBT community will be important later, like at the very first interjection, so don't worry about that. So why are we talking about traps? Well, that's actually where the subject comes into play. Meet Schoolitdown22, a person who I recently have beef with back in April. They identify as gender fluid, but for the sake of today's commentary, I'll be classifying him as a he. If for some odd reason for the fact that I mispronounced you, then apologies in advance. Long story short, when looking at things on Twitter, I ran into this guy's profile. And while although that I could mention some other stuff that was publicly said on Kiwi Farms, like, hey, I'm not a complete asshole about this whole entire situation, so I'm not gonna do that. The one thing that he publicly believes in is that trap people can be bisexual. So in the response to the age-old question, are traps gay, he's saying, no, traps can be bi. I've responded in a tweet where he publicly stated that by saying, and I quote, wow, okay. Like, I'm bi too, and I don't even ask things like these simply because it's mainly just for fun with people who ask this question. And yet, am I a neurotypical person for not liking that? Then after clarifying him about this saying not to be a killjoy, he proceeds to call me an anti-LGBT person, which is completely ironic considering that I'm actually bisexual. Spouted out some other random things, and then after when I suggested to him by saying that he could make a rant on me, he said, and I quote, "You're one of the mind-raped citizens of society." And then afterwards he advertises his channel to me, which is something in which case that you never really wanted to do when it comes towards arguments like this. And especially after when you said to me, you're one of the mind-raped citizens of society. Anyways, other people join in on the feud. School dragged some other people in the mud. He contacted me while I was in school, and then this video is why it's born. After constantly telling him, you know, my offer still stands to make a rant on me on how much I am such a horrible person about the trap issues. He suggested to me to do a commentary on not all traps are gay. Too long didn't listen. The main general argument is that he's going to argue is that trap people can also be bisexual and that we should all treat them individually as such. My argument is that I honestly think that this is a non-issue and that we should actually focus on other LGBT issues around the world. Who's right and who's wrong? You'll more than likely be the judge, but I'm here to give my side of the argument. Avatar for today's video would be Mordecai from regular show simply because, well, it's obvious. He's one of my main avatars. And not only that, but
I'm back, motherfucker. I don't care about you. I came back for that ad revenue.
I know what you're thinking. There's only one way to find out.
You know what pisses me off, guys? Like I said, if this is too low, I'll just raise up the volume. Yeah, you know what pisses me off? Well, it's like, it just like, it annoys me because of like how uneducated people are. Like, okay, I'm gonna say right now, like, I am a trap, and I'm not gay. At least not 100%.
Okay, that's cool, but question, why did you told me about how the term trap is considered to be an insult to you during the feud on Twitter? You've said on one tweet saying, and I quote, the whole trap issue is a non-issue. Okay, so false labeling people, especially a label that implies a criminal activity that can get you killed, is a non-issue? Okay, gotcha, Jack! Ha 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 ha! Hashtag trap is a slur. Not all cross-dressers are traps, and transgenders don't trap anyone. Which, by the way, do not twist my words, all I was saying was that trying to label some traps as bisexual is a non-issue, not the whole trap thing is a non-issue. Please pay attention. Anyways, note the hashtag trap is a slur, which indicates that you know that the word trap is a slur. Like, is there something that I'm missing here? Oh, hello, what's this? I am now informed by the term trap, so I am not a trap. I'm just a part-time cross-dresser and gender fluid. Oh. Well then. That's mainly more about not doing any kind of research on your part before you made the video. Okay, cool, nice to know. Still, huge question then. If you know that the term trap is considered to be an insult now, then why do you still defend the notion of bisexual traps? I'm not even talking about how traps can be bi for right now. I'm mainly more confused on the whole notion of you even trying to defend the notion of trap people and their sexualities in itself. Like, I've already described in the intro of the video about how the term trap is harmful to the LGBT community. Why are you even still using that term in the first place, especially in defense towards bisexual people who may consider themselves as traps? Oh, and to go off of a tangent considering the fact that I'm also responding to the feud too, heading back to the tweet that you've made, since when did someone say that cross-dressers are considered as traps? Nor about how transgender people trap anyone. I don't remember bringing that up in the discussion, nor did anyone else for that matter. Also, am I the only person who thinks that this was probably one of the most disoriented and disjointed way to start the video off? What I mean is that he doesn't know what he's doing with presentation-wise. I don't mind the slightly monotone delivery all that much, as I'm sure that this is really going to be background noise. But the thing is that when you're this monotone for your video being angry about it, I'm not being sold on it due to how lifeless you're really being over here.
I don't get why you people think that if a guy dresses up like a woman that he's gay. And here's another thing too, just because a guy fucks another guy doesn't mean that he's 100% gay and the guy that got fucked is 100% gay.
I'm gonna stop here simply because of the argument that we had on Twitter mainly. So, Schoolitdown, That's just the overall action that somebody is doing. Yeah, their sexual preferences can still be bi. Heck, I'm bisexual myself. But it's to describe a person in the act of doing a particular thing. Yes, I can agree with you that they don't have to be 100% gay, but the issue, especially for here, is the fact that you're forgetting the actual act of what's going on. The way that you've worded it is corrected here, but overall, as time goes on, your wording here will indicate otherwise towards what your actual argument is trying to convey. Also, to go back on the feud on Twitter again, you've said in one post saying, and I quote, "People forget the B and LGBT and the whole R-traps gay debate. Stereotypicals, aka normal people, aka normies, are black and white in their thinking." I've replied with, well, the whole tweet that started the whole thing. I say that not only because I thought that you were taking the satirical debate way too seriously in some cases, but admittedly after when I said that, I didn't even think that it was a bisexual issue simply due to the fact that bringing in guys who think that they're a woman into a trap's home and reveal their penis to the guy was indeed a bisexual act. And yet no one ever said to you that it's 100% gay unless the person were indeed uninformed or joking. What people were saying was that if you're a male screwing around with another male, then that's a homosexual action. And in that instance, you're being gay with your actions within that period of time.
We know your home skips, pick up the phone skips. We know your home skips, pick up the phone skips. All right.
So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But I'm telling you right now that people are gonna comment and say, because I even saw some dude with like a minion profile picture commented on my Blair White video saying, if you get with a guy, then you're gay. I'm like, not always, because yeah, okay, there is people that are 100% gay, but then there's people that are bisexual and stuff like that. But you know, people don't think about that. They call it LGBT. They don't call it G and S, gay and straight. It's the G and S. No, dude, this ain't. No.
First of all, that's not exactly what he said. The person who commented in your Blair White video said, and I quote, "Any traps that goes after the gender they were born as are gay. For example, man transitions to a woman and dates men. They are gay." Your wording here with the whole "if you get with a guy then you're gay" not only implies as such in the comment that the person made when that person didn't even say anything like that, but it also confuses the audience simply because you didn't specify which gender the "you" part in your failed attempt at reading the comment. Now, as far as what the person here said, I don't agree with simply due to the argument of man transitions to a woman and dates men, therefore they're gay. Though part of me thinks I may or may not be reading too much into this whole transitions part. If a man transitions to a woman physically with proper hormones in them and they date men, then that's considered to be a straight relationship. If a male to female transgender dates other women, then that's a lesbian relationship. But oh wait, you'll say to me, which actually brings up the second part of the point, but those people may be bi. So, notice that what I'm saying here is a straight relationship and a gay relationship. Again, like I said, it is due to the actual act upon either during dating or having sex with someone. If you really want to call a relationship with two people a bisexual relationship since either one of them or even both of them are bisexual, then that would be confusing. And even if there are some traps that are bisexual, then big question, and I know that you'll answer me with some sort of anecdotal evidence, but I'll take whatever. Are there any trap people that you know that goes after females as well while being a trap person?
That's not how it works nowadays. I say destroy black and white thinking. Even some dumbass was just like, black and white thinking is actually a good thing in some aspects, like right and wrong. Well, that's different, motherfucker. That's different. And don't get me started on right and wrong, because look at weed. The government sees weed as bad, but it's really not. I'm going off on a tangent, but it's just so stupid.
You know, I absolutely love for the fact that you want to derail the entire conversation a lot. Like, do you even script? No? Oh. Well, that's a problem then. Dude, just to at least let you know, if you really want to go as far with having a lot of subscribers / viewers, then you do need one, or at least prepare yourself like bullet points or retakes if you hate scripting. That way, most people who are new to your channel aren't going to click off of it all because they're bored. Or, even better, do some editing and take some pauses out or take the tangents out too. Oh wait, I forgot. You do edit your videos, and unfortunately, it's not enough. Guys, if you do look at his video, which is linked in the description down below, you guys can see as towards how he actually has jump cuts in his videos. Like, he actually knows how to edit them, and he still doesn't even try to take out the useless information at all. Like, I'm sorry, but that's really all the criticism that I can give you. Just either script out your videos or make bullet points. Simple as that. Or, better yet, don't go off topic and stick to it.
It's like, I hate black and white thinking for the most part, if not 100%. Like, it's just bullshit. Like, everything's gray, and that's all you need to know. So, if you see two guys with each other, it doesn't mean that they're gay. One of them could be gay, both of them could be gay, but both of them could be bi, but no one thinks about that. If a guy wears a pink shirt, he must be gay, right? Sarcasm. It's so stupid. It's like, no one thinks about trans, no one thinks about transgender, no one thinks about bisexuality, no one thinks about that.
No one thinks about transgenderism, huh? Well, even though that there was some news in the US about the right to be in the bathroom that's not their assigned sex, or about that one news story about Bruce / Caitlyn Jenner coming out as a woman back then, as well as about how right now refusing the right for transgender people to serve. Nobody else thinks about transgenderism. And that School It Down is how you're supposed to act when using sarcasm. Not like this.
If a guy wears a pink shirt, he must be gay, right? Sarcasm.
Oh wait, hold on. You mean about the trap argument, huh? Like, even then, you're using gender identity towards an argument about someone's sexuality. I know that there's a lovely community called the LGBT community out there, but transgender people have nothing to do with the discussion at hand when it comes towards you arguing about sexuality. As for bisexual people, like I said, but this time in a different wording because I would actually love to know this from you since you're the one who's given out the argument. Give me an actual story that actually happened of a cisgendered female falling for a trap.
If I get one more fucking comment that says if you put a penis... No, if I get one more comment saying if you put a penis in a guy's butt or he puts his penis in your butt, then you're 100% gay and he's 100% gay. If I get any of those comments, you're either brainwashed, old way, get there, or you're just a fucking troll. And I did that because that's the old way thinking. It's the hillbilly thinking, guys.
Nah, man, that sounds like some kind of mentally disabled redneck mimicking a motorcycle, not a hillbilly denying that bisexuals can be trap people. You must be great at parties. And no, I don't mean the whole making random sounds part. I mean the, I'm gonna say that your mind has been raped for being wrong part. Yeah. Thank you for telling me about that. Like, that's cool, even though that the evidence on Twitter managed to show all of us that you can't handle the discussion without not having your personal feelings aside. This comment here pretty much further shows us that you can't have an actual discussion / debate without going overboard by saying that someone's mind has been raped by society. I mean, hey, there was a main reason why I didn't want to debate you on Discord, mainly because you'll say stuff like this.
You people sound like, I'm saying right now, you people are hillbillies. You people sound like hillbillies, you know? That's what you guys think. You're like the hawk poo, just spitting all over the place. That's what you people think.
Assumptions based off of my ass much? My ass is a perfectly good looking butt, thank you very much. I just kind of really don't want to go more into the video because he rambles on and on and on and on and on. He really loves to go off topic, such as how he already made 3 videos about this topic, including the one about the Blair Wright video, and including the one that I'm doing a commentary on. How he talks again about the 2 comments I've already skipped, how things are in a spectrum, again, other animals being animals by having sex with the same gender, then something about polysexuality and teaching us the notion about it, something about 2 + 2 = fish, and then tries to end the video 1 minute and 30 seconds before the video actually ends. Now, how long is the video exactly? Oh dear. That's kinda wasteful. Dude, I get it. You'd all like to do another one after making 2 videos. But why did you even try to make a 3rd one that most of which wasn't even related to the discussion about how traps can be bisexuals? Unless if you can try to bring something new that's absolutely relevant to the table, then yeah, no, I hate to say this, but it's kinda pointless for you to make this video if you've already made the same arguments over and over again. Like I said, scripts are your best friend. Anyways, I'll be doing some final thoughts in a minute, but first, before I do, I want to add in a small segment before I do anything else.
Are we still going to do it?
So this is probably one of the 2 other segments I'll be adding in within my commentaries just so that I can focus on the actual video at hand and not focus on the tiniest of things. So this first one is called Runaway Tangent, where I've discussed some other things I want to bring up, but that included within the actual video at hand. I'll save the other segment for another commentary as I don't see any of those around here. Anyways, I was going to include it within the actual commentary via one of the interjections, but due to me being a lazy butt and how with one of the videos that I wanted to mention was removed by Schoolitdown, I think that making this segment after the commentary and before the final thoughts is something that might work out here. What I've noticed is that he actually doesn't like the CC a lot, and the videos that he removed were parody videos that he made, which was about the random topics including doodle tones, some other things I forgot as to what he posted, and scripting. He apparently doesn't like the thought of scripting. Oops. So I've decided to look on his Twitter to see if there were actual reasonings about it, or even see us towards whether or not if he really does hate the CC. And, not only do I found plenty of tweets saying that he does indeed hate the CC with a burning passion, but I found like 3 tweets that mentions the word criticism. The first tweet is about some girl whose opinions has changed and how he doesn't like that. The second one being in response to Frozen Angel, aka the guy who used to make commentaries but now has a hate boner for them. Gee, I wonder what for. And then finally, some random tweet that I found too. I'll be reading them out from word to word, so let's take a look, shall we? I feel sorry for leftists who gets red-pilled whether they're LGBTQ, from another race, from another belief system, etc. Constructive criticism can be indoctrination. I watched a video of a girl get her spiritual beliefs challenged and was mind raped once again by the mind rapist. It's bullshit. It's basically real-life robot chicken. You get plugged into the fucking matrix, only for them to hypno-fetish porn fuck you in your brain until you are just a pretty little lying brainfuck sheep person. She sounds like a fucking robot saying all of this shit, basing it on other people's beliefs that were unproven. It was some scary stuff. She became a fetchable sheep person on that day. When I say her spiritual beliefs, I mean she was an atheist and converted to something else. Which I refuse to say because discrimination, even though that's not, but you know how any PC principle feels. Angel of Frozen. I've decided to delete that tweet longer since I'm not too happy with how I acted. School it down. Men and women suck. Everyone sucks. I'll never change my ways. People think I'm a joke, but I don't know what else I can prove. I have facts, but some are just a weird ranty opinions. Anger reactionary mood issues are a bitch. OCD is a bitch. Everyone and everything is a bitch. Frozen Angel. Yeah, fuck people. CC are dicks too. Schoolitdown22. By the way, the whole point of constructive criticism is to sometimes, if not always, indoctrinate you over to their side to act like a pastel plushie. Don't do it. Always stand your ground and stand up for what you believe in. Don't listen to the mind rapes. Don't give in. Don't do it. Fuck criticism. It's just mind control to turn you over to their side. Well, I won't let them. Fuck the color pills. I have the mind train on my side. Fuck the mind rape. Listen to the mind train. Oh. You think that constructive criticism is making you join the other side? That's not how criticism works, dude. It's to help you improve on you as either a content creator via by various medias and arts or as a person. In fact, the definition of Merriam-Webster even states that it's either the art of evaluating or analyzing works of art or literature, as well as the scientific investigation of literacy documents such as the Bible, in regards towards such matters as origin, text, composition, or history. Nowhere did it state nor even apply anything about indoctrination. And as far as I know, from what people have voted on the straw poll via Twitter/various Discord chats, as of recording this, while although that 2 people did say yes without an explanation, 19 people have also stated that criticism is not a form of indoctrination too. One of these reasonings is that you can just even ignore those criticisms. Like, what the heck, dude? Alrighty then, tangent done. Now, let's get over to the final thoughts. Before I give my actual thoughts on the video itself, I need to make my final thoughts on the whole thing on Twitter. I'm gonna be extremely open and upfront to you here. I really do not like you as a person via first impressions. And I usually like most people. The fact that you've managed to talk down to me as a person when I haven't done that to you makes me feel like as if you'll never listen to what I say. We keep telling you about when it's the overall actions that makes the overall action to be gay and not based upon their sexuality. And yet you've managed to either twist our words or just straight up not listen to us. You probably don't like me, and that's fine. I don't like you too. And you know what? Fine. I'll be up in front and say that I was sorta in the wrong here for somewhat trying to force you to make a rant video on me, just so that I can get some commentary material out of you. Even with me somewhat being calm about it, that part I can apologize to you about. However, do not act like this when meeting new people who want to debate with you, because otherwise they will see you as if you're just acting like an absolute ass. Now, when it comes towards the actual debate at hand, let me at least clarify with you here about what we're trying to say by answering you the questions that you've given me. How are traps gay? It's mainly because of the overall action of the trap itself. Unless if there's some bisexual woman, trans woman, or lesbian woman, or heck, if you really wanted to include straight women too, that was fallen for a male trap, the overall action is considered to be gay simply because of the fact that it's between a man and another man. Are the traps themselves gay? They can be, but they can also be bisexual, so fine, we can both agree on one thing here. But that's still a non-bisexual issue and should be a transgendered issue as well. What about the trap lovers? Same thing as previously stated. Keep up, please. Does bisexuality even exist? Yes, I keep telling you. I am a bisexual myself. How do you not get this? Okay, screw it. I've been keeping this point in. I think it's now the time for me to do it. You really want to know what makes it a bisexual act? If you have sex, make out, or whatever else you wanted to do with a man and a woman at the same time. That is the overall action here that we're telling you, not the fact that traps can't be bi too. That, however, would mean that we're considered to be a polygamous action and not being a monogamous action. With a monogamous action, however, your action can only be a straight one or a gay one. That's it. There's no bisexual action in a monogamous sexual activity. The thing about it is that I don't get us towards why we need to know whether or not if a trap is bisexual or not. That is my overall main argument against you, School. I know that they're only into guys unless for some weird reason that they're attracted to girls and girls only. So I know that it's at least gay. Being bisexual shouldn't be a quote-unquote useful factor when it comes towards trap behavior simply because for the most part, they're only luring men into their bedrooms. That's it. If you still cannot figure that part out and just call me an anti-LGBT plebeian that has their minds raped, then I'm sorry, but I don't exactly know what to tell you. We've been always saying to you that it's the overall action that makes traps gay, not their sexualities. You just don't want to listen to us, and because of that, I don't think that we could ever get along. And to think that it all started with a guy dressing up as a woman wanting to have sex. How disappointing. At least make out with me first before spewing nonsense at me. Thank you all for watching this episode of the A363MTR Commentate series. If you guys wanted to leave some suggestions towards what I should do a commentary on next, then leave it down in the comment section below. Please don't post a video if the topic in question is a troll. The Google document link of the art that I use in my videos via the avatar sets are linked down in the description below, as well as the comment section below too. Even though that this is still a work in progress, all of the art that was made is being credited to them and to them only, as for the most part, I have not created the fan art nor the actual art of the avatar pictures I've used. There is a Patreon that I have. I've recently updated some of the rewards and other things on that site, so if you want to generously donate, then the link is also in the description too. Also in the description is my Twitter and a group channel that I'm with, so check that out too. I've also started up a Curious Cat, so if you guys also wanted to check that out or ask me any kind of questions, then go ahead and send me to over there. Not in my Ask.fm, but I'm going to keep that up for archive purposes only. Otherwise, if you guys like the video, then please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, then hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And if you guys have any issues with the video, then leave it down in the comments below, or you may have my permission to do a response video / commentary on this video. My name is A363MTR, saying have a wonderful journey through the depths of space and time, but until then, I'm signing out.